Black Compass Media back live with another one. Shout out to everybody that's out there right now. Everybody's gonna hear this. Tone Bro checking in on behalf of the whole society, man. Salute to everybody. Salute to Driz, salute to Pose, salute to the whole team. You know what I'm saying? My man Cola as well. Got a lot of content on deck for y'all today. So I just want to shout that out. But make sure you follow us, man. Follow us if you will. Black Compass BCM and all that good stuff. So I want to get to something because listen, y'all know how I am, right? I like to interview the guys that's up and coming, that's working. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of things. They craft. We might see them in different places and stuff like that, right? Now, I had the opportunity to get a lot of the guys up here, RBE and things like that. Shout out to the Bricks, you know, blood, sweat, tears, and everything on the way. So I'm sure we're gonna check in with them. Now, I gotta do the same check-ins. I gotta do the same things. I gotta keep the same energy, like the kids say. I gotta do that because the brother right here that we got on the platform today has not only been working, but has got to a place where he actually made his debut. This is pretty damn historic, in my opinion, for the Crucible process, right? Made his debut on the main stage after giving y'all a couple haymakers and some battles and some guest appearances. Came out there to the main stage. Summer Madness did his thing. Before that, man, you might have seen him on iBattle TV. Shout out to iBattle as well. And then shout out to shout out to my man Dre Dennis as well. We gotta talk about that battle. But shout out to iBattle, shout out the whole scene there as well. But without further ado, get money, drink water, all that good stuff, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Z, the dropout. What up, bro?
Get money and drink water. You already know. You already
Uh-huh.
know. Get money and drink water. We here. We here.
Uh-huh.
What's good?
Okay,
What's
okay,
good? Fresh
okay.
off summer madness, chilling. You already know I got the hair, man. We talking.
Yeah,
We talking. We
yeah.
talking. We talking.
Okay, okay. Hey, listen. Before we get started and everything like that, man. I really wanna like get the introductions and stuff. But how is Z doing, man? Like, let the people know how is Z doing, man?
Oh,
What's
I'm
good?
chilling, working, always working hard. Got my next one already. Like I'm just working, man. I'm chilling, doing good. Get money, drink water, shit all day.
Uh huh.
That's really what it is. Just working on this next one. This next one about to be crazy, crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So part of the reason why I actually wanted to have you up here is because I think when you have someone who debuts at Summer Madness, right?
Mhm.
You raise a lot of, we seen you before and stuff like that. You had your jump in, which was epic as well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Jesus and all that. But
Praise, praise.
for you to have that matchup on that Summer Madness was a consequential card, right?
Hmm.
Consequential card. We need to understand the process by which you got here. So let's start from where it began. You're native of Queens, right? New York.
Queens, New York, all day. Queens get the money. But
Okay.
so basically, you're talking about the process of how I ended
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on the
Now I
Summer
want to actually
Madness
know
stage.
about. I want to know about you. Like, you from what part of Queens? What part
So
of Queens?
I'm from Astoria, Queens. So the
Mm.
process really like how it goes about. Like I see what you want to get to the meat and the potatoes. How I got there.
Because this is important. I got it. So Astoria, Queens. Shout out to Astoria. In train. Like
Oh,
yeah,
that's a fact. M
yeah,
train. You already
yeah. I've
know.
been
You
lost.
already
I've been
know.
lost before.
You
Yeah.
already know. But a story. So basically, during quarantine, I had started doing Instagram battles.
Mm,
Hollow the Don started Instagram Battle League. That's what it was called, Instagram Battle League. And basically, I hit him up. He was kind of doing auditions, and hit him up. Did the audition, got on his league. Now through quarantine, I just kind of did a bunch of those, which led to me battling Hollow on Instagram. Me and him had a 3-round battle on Instagram. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. Y'all
mm.
could go watch it. But I had a 3-round battle with Hollow the Don on Instagram Live during quarantine when people were doing stuff like that. So then out of that came, I remember I saw iBattle doing like, I think it was just an Instagram post or something, doing like auditions. And at this point, some of my boys had moved from the IG battles to doing that. So
Mm.
I saw that and I hit them up for an audition. I had my first 1-rounder there, and it kind of just built and built until eventually I got the Don Marino battle, which is where I met up with DNA. he met me at that battle. Again, great battle. Y'all can watch it on YouTube.
Sure.
And that's how I met with DNA. Signed to Get Money, Drink Water.
Mm-hmm.
Battled Dre Dennis shortly
Wait,
after
wait,
that.
hold on, Z, hold on, because
I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's a lot of history because this is what we got to do up here. We got to really break this down and understand, like, because it all this stuff that you talking about, it doesn't generally happen. It's easy for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
The perception is that for a lot of people sitting at home, that got bars, quote unquote, right? They're like, damn, how did he get to this point? How did he really? So that's why I started at Queens. But for you to be involved in iBattle from the Instagram rap scene, was that more of like a challenge that you put on yourself, or was the homies like, nah, bro, you good enough to be able to do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Nah, honestly, I didn't even really think of it as like a challenge or anything, because I had battle rap before Instagram, like just on the street corner, stuff like that. Like my boys, like, oh, you think you do better? That kind of battle. Like I had been battling for money. Like, you think you good? We'll meet up in 2 weeks. We'll put down 500 and see who wins. Like stuff like that. So when I went from IG to iBattle, to me it was just continuing what I've been doing. You know what I mean? Like to me it was just like, yo, this is what I do. Like it's the same thing. So that's how that transition happened. And then I became kind of part of like a new class of iBattle, really, because iBattle over the past few years has went through a lot of growth, like a crazy amount.
And there's growth. Alumni, and there's important alumni that the part of the iBattle scene that I think people really need to understand, because the small leagues are like colleges, so you got guys like Real Sick that's a part of that alumni. You know what I mean? But anyway,
there's people like people might not even know for out of like I don't want to say not even know, but like Louis Valentine, Homeschool, Dunch, who was killing it, like Real Sick, like you said, Red Flag. That I mean, that the kid, you know that the kid.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
from iBattle, you already know. But so there's killers in iBattle, but so I became part of a new class with actually when iBattle had its first, like not first, but they had a rookies versus vets card. Me and Death were both part of that card on the rookies side. Like we were team rookies, you know what I mean? So I kind of became part of like a new class at iBattle. And as that grew, it just, I guess the matchup started growing for me. And then the matchup that really changed it, that like put me on, you could say, was the Don Marino battle, me versus Don Marino. Because that's where like everyone thought I was going to lose. It was like, everyone was like, yo, you're not going to do nothing with it. Everyone thought it was like, they didn't even drop a trailer for it just because it was so like, you're going to lose this one.
It was already in the plans, right?
They didn't even give your boy a trailer because they were no announcement, nothing. They just dropped the flyer and motherfuckers was like, Z the Dropout versus Don Marino. But that battle ended up going good and went my way that night. And that's where I met DNA and where he saw me when we started talking. And that's how the whole Get Money, Drink Water thing really got set in motion. Right there that night, for real.
Now, until you battled Don, was there a seriousness about you, you know what I'm saying, in terms of battling? Because you had Louis before that, you know what I'm saying, I guess on the rookies card, but your reaction after that, was it still in a kind of a, because DNA's a serious guy. So if he wasn't serious about this, I don't know if he'd necessarily be rocking with you, but the kind of switching over to being a professional and you like, yo, I really want to take this far. Was the Don Marino battle it for you, or did it kind of happen?
Well, honestly, it was kind of before that. Like, I always knew I wanted to take this seriously. This was always like, yo, like, I'm not stopping. Like, no matter what, this is what I'm going to be doing. Like, literally, no matter what. If it was 1 view, 1 million views, money involved, no money involved. Like, I've done it, no money involved. Like, so, like, for me, it's like, no matter what, this is what I'm doing. So, I always really, really took it serious. I would say after the Louis battle is when I kind of had like a character transition and found like, like this might work for me more. Like I was even dressing different, you know what I mean? I kind of found my character, and that was what I was like, not even character really, just found my swag, my style, how I wanted to be. And I think that really came through in the Don Marino battle and was really like picked up well, which is what DNA saw, and which is why that whole thing started getting in motion.
Right. And it's definitely clear to me the progression, you know what I mean, you taking the craft seriously, obviously, and kind of being under that umbrella, I'm sure influences that, you know, and
Sure.
as far as, you know, I guess for you, you know, influence wise, you know what I'm saying, growing up Queens is we don't even got to go down a list of, you know what, matter of fact, top five rappers from Queens all time. Yep, I'm doing that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you new here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's segue
You want
real.
you want to
Yo,
do top five rappers from Queens all
from
time?
Queens all time.
All right, this is. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna take some thinking, but
Okay.
Prodigy is one of them. Prodigy for
Yes.
sure.
Uh-huh.
Um, Definitely Nas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna be honest. Just like battle rap is my field. Me
Uh-huh.
personally, I put
Uh-huh.
DNA and Hollow right there. Like
Right. Talk that talk. Yeah.
that's Queens right there.
Yeah.
I'll put
Talk that talk.
DNA and Hollow right there because I mean they really is two of the best. And then the last one, damn. Hmm. I'm trying to think because there's people too who like be repping. What'd you say?
You got LL, you got
I
who
know
you
I'm trying to think. It's
got.
hard because I was gonna say LL, but it's hard with the last spot because when you put someone
Yeah.
in, then you always remember later, like,
It's
damn, I
so
should have
many,
put that.
yeah, 50,
But
like, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put 50
Okay.
Cent. Like he gonna get that last spot.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So far as yeah, like so musical influences and stuff, like what type of stuff was you listening to? Like what type of music was you into and all that coming out of Queens?
Nas is my favorite. Nas, I
Talk
think,
about
like
it.
to me, like my list always changes, but Nas is always like top, top. Then Biggie, of course. Biggie might be the actual like number one just GOAT of all time, like
Talk about
on
it.
some real shit. But and
Uh-huh.
like people be trying to like discredit that, like he might just really be the GOAT for real, for real. And
Mhm.
then Pac again, like with the people like when you have a GOAT conversation, you can't leave them out. And then
Mhm.
some you got to give some love to DMX. DMX goes
Yeah, son.
crazy. You got
Just
to give
listen to
love to DMX.
DMX
People be
today.
forgetting about DMX when they have this whole top five conversation shit, but
Right.
DMX be crazy. Like
Yeah.
his stuff just get pumped up. And then like
Right.
some newer people, I would say like Corday. I fuck with
You
Corday.
fuck with Corday? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Corday, that's like newer. J. Cole,
Rock
Kendrick.
and Cole. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely. I mean, okay. Well-rounded palette. You know what I'm saying? That's fire. I
You know
think
what I mean? A little well
because
rounded
you
sometimes. You
know,
know
because
what I
it's
mean?
important. I feel like because especially being a rapper coming out of New York City, there's a certain expectation. You know what I'm
For
saying of
sure.
of the lineage, like the work put in and things like that. And so then you get to the part where you and DNA make the connection and everything like that. You know, this is
Mhm.
an all-time great. This is a legend in the field. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Like what does it describe that? Like working with him, you know what I'm saying? His tutelage and stuff like that. Like as far as what you gain out of that, because I think a lot of people have misconceptions about mentorship in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I think it'd be good to kind of hear your experience with DNA thus far.
Well, I'm trying to find the right word. It's like there's not like I can't really explain how valuable like mentorship like that really is. Like
Mm.
even just explaining it, it's like hard to really actually put into perspective how valuable that mentorship is. But everywhere, like having knowledge of someone who's done it, like maybe like knows what not to do, what to do, even from a art perspective, be like, yo, this is that crowd to teach the ins and outs of battle raps that you really wouldn't. For example, Summer Madness that just happened.
Yeah.
You can learn it. You can learn about that. You can be taught everything, but like to be in a position to really like experience it, the knowledge you get from that is invaluable. You know what I mean? So to be in the presence of people like that who I looked up to and who are legends, no doubt. You just like it could even be not talking about battle rap and they say something and you pick up a gem and you're like, damn, that's facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really like it's kind of like learning always for real. Like it's just like the learning don't stop.
You like learning like both sides of the game, like the actual art of it and the business, because he's
Oh, for
excelled
sure, for
in
sure,
both areas and stuff like that.
absolutely.
Did it like because you know, you say to the casual battle rap fan, I'm working with DNA. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting money, drink water. You know what I mean? People know DNA. So does
Yeah.
that you feel like that comes with a certain amount of pressure? And this could we're gonna launch this into the Crucible conversation as well. But was there a certain chip on your shoulder once you kind of started working with him? You know what I'm saying? Or just being around that atmosphere, that success.
Uh, I don't know about chip on my shoulder, but there was
Mhm.
definitely like first of all, I got the long hair with the blonde on the end.
Let's talk
Soon as
about
I walk in, it's one or two things. People like, yeah, and this literally happened to me at phase two when I was in Atlanta. I walked in. First of all, they got my name on the list as Z the Backpacker.
what?
I don't
Nah,
know
not
how
see the
that
back.
happened,
They
but
didn't call you Z the backpacker, bro.
I marked it off as the like a multiverse version of me got out and messed it up. So we marked that off. He out here somewhere probably killing people on the streets and battling. He the backpacker. But when I got there, they was like, "Oh, is you the cameraman?" So there's already me
Oh,
personally walking in is already people gonna be like, "Yeah, what you got for us?" But
mm,
walking in like with yo, this is DNA's boy. It's definitely another pressure. But to me, it always just made me want to like work harder. It was never like crumble under pressure kind of thing. You know what I mean? But it
yeah,
definitely comes with, I don't know, a chip on my shoulder, but it definitely comes with people like, let's really see what you got then. Like, you know what
right,
I mean?
right now, and making the transition from from iBattle, which I would consider if these things are like is like NBA, like sports or whatever. That's a damn good college to go to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now once you go to the NBA of it all, or at least make the transition, first of all, there's a mentality, there's a mindset that goes into that. What made you go and say, I want to be a part of URL? What was that? Is it just because it was the some of your favorites all time had been there? Because there were definitely other routes you could have taken.
It's a mix of things. For one, URL is like my personal favorite platform. That's the one like I was growing up watching. That's like where my favorites are. It's the one I've always like every wrestler wants to go to WWE. You know what I mean? Like
Talk your
they
talk.
might they might want to hit these other platforms, but they all want to get the WWE. So for me, it was always
Right.
like that. I was like, yo, I'm trying to get to the WWE of this. And like that's just the biggest platform where I've always like watched and always looked up to. And I was like, yeah, that's the end goal for me. That's where I want to end up.
Mm, okay. Okay. And it was like you want to get the WWE. This is what it represents. This is the big stage for you. There's a level of competition. There's a level of expectation that kind of comes along with that. And the
For sure.
crucible process has been integral in kind of getting people involved. And we've seen what's come from that. Like as far as you getting involved in that process, like what was it like how did you even get started with that? You know what I mean? Like what,
So
was it already
when I
through the
got
hookup with
involved in
DNA? Did you get fast track? Like we gotta,
so
yeah.
I went so in the Crucible I started at phase two. It was
Mm,
I was a wild card. So you know how like people got and it wasn't even so there was two wild cards. And the
mm,
reason they put me in is because I don't even know if I should say his name, but fuck it, because I would have smoked him. Hustle was the other wild card. The
yeah,
hustle.
yeah.
Hustle was the other wild card. He didn't show up. I had 3 rounds of ether for him. Ether. Ether.
Oh,
Oh my God. Like it would have been bad. He made a good choice not showing up. But
yeah,
that's really how it happened. It was a wild card in phase two. And then my performance at phase two mixed with the with coming out for clips in the Yoshi battle
hmm,
is really kind of what led to the Summer Madness
right.
final like crucible kind of thing.
Making the most of those situations and everything.
Right.
When you because there's a lot of MCs that try out and stuff. Like, were you aware of how competitive it was going to be before you got in there? And
Oh yeah, for sure. And I knew people like personal friends of mine who also like made it to phase two. So I definitely knew like how competitive it was gonna be, which is why I had come like, man, I wish Hustle would have showed up for that shit. That shit would have been historic for real. But yeah, I definitely knew how it was gonna be probably I don't want to say higher competition than I faced before, but different competition, you know what I mean? Like but
Mhm.
I definitely knew that it was going from here to here as far as like just status platform wise, like what I got to present.
Mm, okay, okay. The crucible process is ill. and now we're down to the I guess what's now the final class and everything, and we actually have
Top
your
six.
yeah. So it's the final six of everybody that audition. I think that's a accomplishment within itself. But I feel like you trying to make more than just Crucible, Mark. It's actually probably some targets that you want to shoot at that's active on the roster.
Oh no, they running. I done been shot at them. Look,
Oh,
I say Trufo. I don't know how many times I gotta tell him to stop ducking. Trufo is man. This what gets crazy with this whole
wait,
thing.
hold on. Trufo from Chicago, the one from
Trufo from
Chicago.
Chicago, the one who got one of these who acts like it actually matters now. But this one is like the real like world champion. You
Oh,
know what I mean? The one who runs around with one of these still for whatever reason. But it'd be weird in this battle rap shit because he said a motherfucker one day will be like, yo, I'm with the smoke. Then the next day they now, if you with the smoke, you always with the smoke. It's smoke season. I've been with the smoke. That don't change. But Truffaut, he's someone who be changing. I seen him out. I was just on Breakfast with the Champions saying this. Truffaut, I got money. I got money on the floor for Truffaut. I got money on the floor if he's ever ready to come out.
You said you got money. Wait, hold on.
I got money on the floor. DNA.
Listen, Z, you say certain things up here.
I got money on the I already said this. I said this on Caffeine on public. I got money on the floor for Truffaut. I told him he can name the amount because he ain't win the tournament. So I know it might be ends meet right now. But I got money on the floor for Truffaut. I've been said that to him. I've been said that.
Wow. What is it? Do you just feel like he's somebody that you need to have a conversation with because what is it? Skill? What is it? What is
I've been I fuck with Truffaut. I've been saying, I've been calling. I'm not calling out. I've been saying I want to battle Truffaut, and he said he was with the smoke. Then it kind of switched up randomly. That's what it's about now. If you want to say you with the smoke, it's not like you could just randomly put it down one day. If it's smoke season, it's smoke season. So now it's a matter of he gotta come outside. I'm beyond, man. I don't even know if I can say my next one, but
say it.
I'm gonna say I'll give y'all a hint. It's just I'm speaking truth when I say he's getting bodied. That's a hint. If you look inside, you're gonna get the hint in there. But y'all are gonna catch on. But yeah, I've been telling Truffaut to come outside. I've been telling him that.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. I mean, look. I think there's nothing wrong with wanting to smoke and all that with the guys that's already established and things like that. I mean, look, Truffaut I think is dope. Anybody else that you know what I'm saying you want to have a conversation with? Now is the time for the smoke.
I said it on I said it when I was up on Champion. Tink the Demon.
Tink the Demon.
Tink the Demon need to come outside and see me. Jesus versus the Demon. Like
Tink's been doing very well. Small room, big room. Tink the Demon. What's up?
I'll take. You asking me small room or big room?
Yeah. Which one?
I'll take small room, Tink. I'll take small because I feel like he's strongest in the small room. So I want to see him where the Demon is at his strongest. So when I relinquish the Demon, nobody can say nothing. So I want to see him when he's at his strongest. I said too, Jay the Nightwing. I need to see what's up with Jay the Nightwing. He been going around. He ain't been. Let's see if Jesus can bring someone back to life. You know what I mean? Just to put him down again. But I said all this on Champion. Truffaut, Tink the Demon, Jay the Nightwing. What's up? I'm here. I got money on the floor. We bringing that energy. Queens get the money. I got money on the floor. Y'all let me know what's up.
Truffaut, Tink the Demon. And who was the last
Jay the Nightwing.
Jay the Nightwing. All right. Is it in that order? Of how difficult it would be for you to prepare, or are they all the same?
Nah, I mean every battle is really the same. Like there's definitely battles you might be like, I gotta get in another bag, but no order. It's smoke season. It's smoke season. I smoked the second while still smoking the first. You know what I mean? That's right. I'm a smoker. That's how I've been. But yeah, Tink, Truffaut, Jay the Nightwing, they need to come outside. Truffaut, I've been calling. Truffaut know what's up, man. Truffaut know what's up.
Man. Okay. And I see you got the merch on. You know what I mean? Shout out to the branding and all that.
Then when he drink water.
You know what I'm saying? The branding is super, super important.
Y'all got to go to DNA, GMDW.com. He just released some new designs for the t-shirt. But get money, drink water. That's the team.
Yeah. And I seen you're into other ventures as well. You know, I did get the opportunity as well to see you on the wrestling. I see you with the belt. So you like the on the wrestling vibe. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about
the Attitude Era podcast. Y'all gotta go check that out. I actually got 8 belts right there. There's 8 wrestling belts right there. So we can switch it up any day, do the hardcore champion. One day might feel like you know what I mean? But Attitude Era podcast, we now actually exclusively on the URL TV app, meaning that the full episodes, I'm going to say it again so we can hype it again, exclusively on the URL TV app. So the episodes drop there every Friday. And then we still got a bunch of stuff going on the YouTube and the Patreon. We actually just had the first ever only wrestling bars battle. Wrestling bars only.
Wrestling bars only. You can't say nothing else about nothing else. Just wrestling.
Wrestling bars only. Because, you know, there'd be a lot of debates. Like, people say we hear good wrestling bars in battle rap all the time.
True.
All the time. So we took 2 of who we think are the best wrestling bars, Don Marino and the Saga, 2 people who have mad wrestling bars, and they had a wrestling bars only battle for the Attitude Era podcast championship. So we're going to be airing this battle and putting a vote out for it, and the winner is the champion.
Okay.
You got wrestling bars, Tone?
I don't have any wrestling.
You might have to come do a wrestling bars battle.
Listen, I'm thinking of some. I'm thinking people got wrestling bars. Shout to Av. Av has said a couple cold wrestling lines.
Chess got some crazy wrestling bars.
Chess got some wrestling.
Suge just was spitting some crazy wrestling bars. A lot of people go crazy with them wrestling bars.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, listen, we from that era, man. Attitude Era podcast. Like, shout out to Attitude Era. So this is exclusive to URLTV.tv app and things like that. And
full episodes are currently exclusive to the URL app, and y'all can also go subscribe to the YouTube because we got some episodes like that come out on. I mean, I can say it here. We got an interview with Sergeant Slaughter. We got an interview with the $1 Million Man, with Haku, with Tugboat. We got a lot of crazy interviews that are going to be on the YouTube. So with Devon Dudley. So we got a bunch of content you don't want to miss that's going to be on the YouTube as well. And then we also have battle rap related episodes that are coming out on URL. And we got a couple other wrestling interviews that may go on the app as well. But for now, it's really like we just had the Lou Castro episode drop. Fire.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's what's up, man. Definitely. I like wrestling. So many parallels between wrestling and battle rap. I mean, you know.
That's a fact. And that's why we started it. And we really explored those parallels a lot on the show. We got some crazy guests coming up.
Okay, man. Shout out to that, man. Nah, definitely big salute to that. I gotta listen. You know, I'm not Jim Cornette, right? Like, for real, in terms of knowledge and all that. Like, I'm not. But
I like this. Hold up.
I do got some wrestling
Attitude Era podcast real quick. Let's turn this to the Attitude Era podcast.
I'm just saying, I have some acumen. I do.
Who is you though? Who is you?
You know, and so, you know, because I was going to ask him, like, what's your top 5, you know, as far as wrestling goes, you know what I mean? You know, this is the questions that we always have to ask for sure.
My top 5 wrestling might be a little controversial, but it stays pretty much the same. And Shawn Michaels is number 1.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels number 1. And then in no particular order. I mean, Undertaker's number 2.
Right.
Then 3 and 4 always switching are Stone Cold and The Rock.
Okay.
They're always, and then 5 is John Cena. People don't be giving John Cena enough credit. That's where it gets controversial, but 5 is John Cena.
So you had Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Bret Hart left, and you chose to go with John Cena.
I'm going with Cena.
I'm going with Cena.
I'm going with Cena. We just met Chris Jericho, by the way. We got a behind the scenes video up on the YouTube with him. Fire, but if we're going off impact, like he was the face of the company. Come on, he carried the company.
Bret Hart
was fired too. Bret Hart was fired too. Bret Hart was fired too.
Man, you threw me off a big match, John. At the end, you did. You threw
See,
me
I
off.
told you my top 5 gets controversial.
Yeah, no. You can't say your top 5. Your top 4 is very like respectable
My
chalk.
5th.
That 5th one right there is that's like oh yeah, best shooters of all time, like Reggie Miller's, Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying, Klay Thompson, and then you just like throw in like I don't know somebody like that was okay, like Rip Hamilton, like he's good, but he's best all
You
time.
think John Cena is the Rip Hamilton?
Yo, he ain't he good,
Come
but
on
he ain't.
now. Come on now.
I ain't
Come
saying
on
Rip
now.
Hamilton, but he not to me. John is like third. If I'm putting wrestlers in tiers, he's like second or third, maybe. Like for me,
Even a second tier, right? Because the first tier got to be like
first tier
gods.
guys,
Like
like it's
that's
yeah,
like
it's just
because
yeah.
like honestly, if I was gonna take John Cena off, I wouldn't even put Bret or no one. The person who would go there is Ric Flair, because that's like
Okay, yeah.
that's like a wrestling god. Like
Goated.
you know what I mean? But
Goated. Yeah.
those people to me are like beyond the top 5 almost.
Shit. What's your favorite matchup all time?
Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. Crazy.
The Undertaker really almost died in that match too. Like
when he jumped on the cameraman and his head.
That was
that to me is my personal favorite. And what I love about that match is it's not no hardcore, it's not no Hell in a Cell, it's not no steel. It's a regular one-on-one match between two legends, and they really show you like the beauty of wrestling in that match.
Right. Straight up. I mean, I'm okay. I'm a big fan. I'm more of a Austin Bret Hart. You know what I'm saying? Austin had to do a lot, man. You know what I mean? That was different. Bret and Shawn, the Iron Man match. My man Dwight beat me to it. The Iron Man match is in the clouds for me personally.
Probably another like top 5 matches of all time.
Yeah. Probably the Austin and Kurt, because I went back. I'm like, Austin and Kurt had a hell of a match. And even though I don't like saying his name, that Benoit, man.
Oh no, I know. Crazy matches. If we're talking about just matches, you can't even really like. He had a WrestleMania main event moment. Like you can't even really.
Yeah, you can't even.
It sucks now, but the matches are great.
Thinking about all that now, but all right, back to battle rap. Are you also, because look, I've turned over a new leaf here because I have to be honest, right, with my guests, right?
I like it, Tony.
Things that I'm hearing when I post that I'm interviewing you, a lot of things came up, right? And among them was great value Mike P. Wow, why are so many people saying that you sound like Mike P? Do you hear this? Have you heard this before? How do
I hear it like when I
do you hear a little resemblance or anything?
No, but I've heard it many times. But all I really say is shout out to Mike P. When I get there, we'll see what happens. But shout out to Mike P, man. He does his thing. If I don't hear it when I spit, but if it's what people say, it's what people say.
Okay.
I've had a couple bars about in a few battles. You can hear about like where I speak on it, but shout out to Mike. He's a killer too. He in the field.
Okay, I understand that. Now the other narrative is URL plant, your industry plant. They plant you there. Now I never understand what plant means. Yes, I have to say this to you. They're saying that you are industry plant. You are here to fulfill some agenda that has yet to be mentioned. But yes, you.
You know why I kind of like that? That's like a conspiracy theory. I kind of like that. They said it's some sort of agenda that we don't know yet. Meaning there's some shit coming. Like I kind of like that. You know what? I like that. That's a whole.
Oh.
You can see me?
I got you. Yeah, go ahead.
But I like that because that means that there's people at home like really thinking of me. You know what I mean? Like whether it's good or bad, y'all at home thinking of me. Y'all said they got a whole conspiracy to try and get me on. I appreciate that for real. I like that one. I'm gonna roll with that too. I don't know who invented that, but I'm taking credit for that one. I'm gonna roll with that. Cause that's kind of fire.
Yeah, exactly. Now, okay. All right, so we got that. We got the industry plant thing. We got the Mike P thing. Now, here's one. Why why did you rap for so long at Summer Madness? What it would was it time? What the time limits?
So
Was it
I'm gonna tell you. First of
like what
all,
happened?
first
Let's
of
talk.
all, how we talking about lessons learned?
Okay.
Perfect lesson learned, right?
Let's get
Perfect lesson learned right there.
mm,
But so what happened with that? Basically, we were going back and forth on the time limit for so long because I wanted to make sure that shout out to Flair Soul, by the way, he did his thing.
you
But I
did,
was
yeah.
trying to make sure, like, yo, I want you to get the fair amount of time. I want me to get the fair amount of time. But basically, what it comes down to, man, is it's a learning experience. Like with crowd reaction and everything, I had maybe like a 3:30 or a 4. And by the time I had hit like 2 minutes, by the way, until I had that place shaking. Like
Let's talk about
shaking.
it.
Like
Let's talk about it. Yeah, yeah.
people walked in, they were like, who is shaking it right now? It
Mm,
was Z. It was the
mm.
dropout who was
Yeah,
shaking.
yeah.
So then
Yeah.
they called time, and I ended up like, I just go away, man. Someone calling me. I'm talking about battle rap. Don't call me when I'm talking about battle rap.
DNA, leave him alone. Damn it. No, go ahead though.
Nah, that one I would answer. Get money, drink
Yeah.
water. So they called time, and it's hard to even tell with audio and everything up there because I still feel like my mic was kind of fucked up. I don't know if it was because of the vest or what. I still feel like my mic was kind of fucked up, but I don't know. But the reason I kept going is because they were like, hey, basically they were like, you can keep going if you want. And I had the crowd shaking. So I was like, yo, I'm going to just keep going and try to finish. So I went like another minute before I called time. Now, hindsight is 2020.
Let's talk about hindsight.
Yes. Didn't expect, first of all, again, shout out to Flair Soul, because he did, and he talked about this too. He did a good move. He saw that the crowd was like, and this went on for the rest of the night. The crowd was restless all night. That shit was, it was kind of I don't want to say a tough crowd, but they was kind of restless. Like they wanted like 2 minutes. And then that's it. And not just from me. I'm talking about the whole night.
From everybody. Yeah, some nights
from everybody.
Like the crowd is not trying to be here for everything. Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. There's people a lot bigger than me who didn't shake it as much as I shook it when I was wet. I'm just putting that out there. Because until they called time, shit was shaking. They was fucking with the bars.
Right.
But yeah, that crowd was restless. But again, that's just knowledge you don't know unless you go through it. Like if I had gone second, probably something I would have picked up on, but that's just a live, learn kind of thing. But that's how that ended up happening.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, even in the moment, right? The internal clock for an MC and the internal clock for everyone else watching, two different things sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys, it takes them a while. And I actually picked this up from one of the other MCs told me this. Like, yo, it's a different timing. You may not necessarily hear yourself the same way. You know what I mean? In your head, you may not have rapped that long and stuff like that. When the crowd kind of starts to, now you felt that energy, right? Because they threw you in the deep end. So you experienced the crowd going crazy,
for
which
sure
had to be crazy, and then you experienced it like, oh, wait a minute,
the switch.
They just like more like what did you think in that moment where it was like the switch up?
I was like, oh, call time. I was like, oh, call time right now. So that's what I did. I called time. And I'm going to be honest, it was like the reason I even kept going, because they was fucking with it. They were like, oh, like they were like, yeah. And it was with, bro, that was an interesting event. Yeah. Charlotte. Y'all are interesting. I'm going to say that. But it was a dope crowd overall.
And I'm gonna ask you one more question, right? Reflecting on that situation, and because there were a lot of people who watched it and were like, okay, this is a Super Bowl. These are two guys from the Crucible that did well. Congrats to them, but this is Super Bowl, right? And reactions were how they were, kind of mixed.
Which I think that was another thing too that I hadn't even thought of. I don't really think anyone thought about it until the actual battle happened. Yeah. People were just like, yo, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like they were like Crucible at Summer Madness. People were a little unprepared for it overall, but
right.
Still a dope experience.
That's what happens when you make new tracks in the snow. This is what happens sometimes. It's like people just wasn't prepared for it. At some point, it may become like more of a normalized type of thing. But I wanted to ask you though, like in hindsight, looking at the battle, what it did for you and things like that, do you feel like that adds more sort of I mean pressure is one word, but the expectation, do you feel like it's higher now for you because after that performance, or do you feel like you have to redeem yourself? Like what's your move going into the next situation?
It's weird because I feel like yes, expectations are higher, but they're also lower in a sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird. Like when you do like five backflips in a row, or when you do a backflip, the next backflip, motherfuckers gonna be like, "Yo, this backflip gonna be crazy." But if you trip up on the next backflip, they're gonna be like, "Yo, we just seen you backflip." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me, the next back, I don't even know if I can say his name, but I want to tell
Nah,
y'all
hold up. Don't get in
who's gonna get
trouble.
this smoke next for real. But for
Yeah.
me, it's all. I put it this way: I feel bad for my next opponent. I feel
Okay.
bad for my next opponent. I'll put it
Like
that way.
that.
That's the best way to put it. Man,
Mhm.
I wish I'm about to text and see if I get permission. Just tell it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's gonna be a crazy one. It's gonna be, but overall, like I was on Summer Madness. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
dope experience. Had the building shaking. It is what it is. Now, definitely a learning. Every battle is a learning experience, but definitely learned a lot from that battle as well.
Okay. No, that's what's up, man. Z, I think for a lot of us, we interested to see like how this story develops, right? You said it already. When you walk in a room or somebody like says your name or yo, this is Z, or I'm sure as people look at the flyer, like, yo, what is this about? There's already a like a, you know what I mean, like a an expectation or at least a little bit of like, skepticism, I feel like that people kind
Right.
of have. And it seems like you handling that and as well branding yourself. So I think it's going to be important for us watching, and obviously the battle outcomes. Don't think you could just come up here and not win. You know what I'm saying? Win
Oh
them
no,
damn battles,
man,
right?
man, wait till y'all see this next year. Wait till y'all. Let me just hold this and just
Yeah.
let me just hold this and this one actually. They said that the belt was gone. They know belt's gone. He
Hmm.
just been here, just waiting for the smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Now, Z, I'm definitely in tune with what you got going on too. And then I want to ask as well. You're with URL. Will we still see you battle on the I battles and stuff like that? Will you still be taking those types of
Oh,
matches
for sure,
out
for
Staten
sure.
Island?
I can't. I don't know when exactly my next one on iBattle is gonna be, but I'm definitely gonna return to iBattle because for me that's like going home, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My
Yeah.
next one, my next dude, URL, it's gonna get spooky for him, but
Okay.
I'm gonna definitely be stopping. Like I'm really like I'm like a street champion almost. Like I like going back to iBattle. Y'all might see me on Gates of the Garden. Y'all might
Hmm.
see me just regardless of what happens over there. I'm on all these small leagues, just keeping my pen sharp. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right.
you don't know where I might pop up next, but I'll definitely be back to iBattle for sure.
Okay. Okay. No doubt, man. Yo, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you coming up here. And as far as everything, I actually want to give you the ISO, right? So you could talk to the people, tell them how to follow you, tell them what you need to tell them before we get up out of here, man. But I appreciate it, Z. It's on
Oh,
you.
appreciate you. You already know Z the Dropout on everything on Instagram, on Twitter. Uh, you can find Attitude Era Podcast on the URL TV app. You heard that right. The URL TV app and the YouTube. And rest in peace to my next one. That's really it. Like, rest in peace to him like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Rest it.
We
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
we got the
Yeah.
praise
Yeah.
in. We got the praise in. I just had to get that in. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But yeah, Z the Dropout on everything. Get money, drink water. Go to DNAGMDW.com.
Yo, Z, man, you always welcomed up here, bro. You know what I mean? Without a doubt, man. Keep doing your thing. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, Tone. Appreciate you. You already know.
Always. Yeah, yeah. And that next I battle, John, in Staten Island, I gotta be there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
for
gotta be
sure. I'm gonna be
outside.
there too. I'm gonna be there too. You talking about the ritual?
Yes, yes.
I'm
Shout
gonna
out to
be
the
there too.
all right. So shout out to you, bro. We gonna connect, all right?
Appreciate you, brother.
My man. Yo, shout out to Z to Dropout. Shout out to Get Money, Drink Water. Shout out to DNA. Shout out to the whole crew, man. People that's doing their thing, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Crucible 6 and the whole process. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be seeing more of what Z to Dropout has to offer. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can see he's multifaceted into a lot of different stuff. Promos very different. you know what I'm saying, is here to compete. You know what I mean? Comes from a good stock in terms of iBattle, the type of battles, the competitive battles that they have over there. So shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all of y'all, man. Shout out to y'all for joining. Stick around though. Stick around because we got my man Excel coming through. Then after Excel, we got Detroit coming through. Man, Cole is gonna join up as well. Then we got the radio show after that, man. It's a whole night of activities. All right. So grab something to drink, get you a beer, be back here. All right, we up out of here. Peace.